give it to me like.
Hey, hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Crystal, Amber, Tasha, just a mom in the house, Debbie, Carol, Betty, True Texan, Tinker. That's it so far. What's up? What's up? How you guys doing tonight? I'll wait for more people. I got the dogs outside. Hey, Jiggy. And I know they're going to want to come in shortly. What's up, Spitfire? So, we'll just sit and relax. How you guys doing today? I went to the dentist today and it was wonderful. I thought it was going to be horrible. And they got all the plaque off my teeth. My teeth feel so clean. And I learned today that I still have a wisdom tooth. I did not know I still had a wisdom tooth. But I found out today I do, and it's got to be pulled. So there's that. But I was stressing out all week over this. I thought it was going to be like bazillion dollars, but it wasn't at all. So it was a big stress off. No, because hey D, I thought it was going to be like hundreds of dollars. And I mean, I knew I had insurance, but I really thought it was going to be hundreds of dollars. And my insurance is good, I guess. Hey, Alyssa. So I'm pretty excited. Everyone waiting for candles today. They're going out tomorrow. I didn't have time to do it today, but I got like 36 boxers going out tomorrow. And I still have more to wrap. So don't forget, order your candles. You're almost running out of time for Valentine's Day. And I might be out of Valentine's Day candles, to be honest. But if anybody wants me to make another candle, they want to give it to someone for Valentine's Day, just don't light it yet. If you want a different candle with the Valentine's label, just don't light it yet because it won't be ready. Or I could take a candle I do have and make it a Valentine's. That I can do. So, what's new? One thing I do want to discuss, if anyone can give me the Cliff Notes version of, I heard a big thing came out in the Delphi case. I saw that it was Supreme Court made a ruling, but I would love the Cliff Note version because I really don't feel like reading the whole thing. D, that is www.energycandles.com. And we have wax pods. Wax pods are completed. We got the bags in. Pictures coming tonight. They'll be on the website. We have recycled wax pods, and then we have any scent you want wax pods. So there'll be no change of venue. Is that all it was? It was just about a change of venue? Hang on, let me let the dogs in. Here we go. They're going to bark. Hopefully not. Hold on. No barking. All right. Hey, Ruby. There are no cliff notes for Delphi. It's too much popping off. Nah, there was just, I was like, there's no way I'm looking through all this. Plus, I didn't have the time, but I really don't know that much about the case to be looking through it, reading the whole thing. But I saw on Twitter that the ruling came out. So I was just curious if it was anything good. I don't think a change of venue is going to help him at all, though. I really don't. I don't think a change of venue will do anything. Just my opinion. So tomorrow, before we get into my title, tomorrow I have my chemo, what's it called? Chemo counseling, I guess, where they're going to tell me everything that happens. They're going to tell me how everything's going to go down. They're going to tell me like what I need to do. So we're clearing up the dentist on Monday. I have a tooth that needs to be pulled besides my wisdom tooth, one that's needed to be pulled for a long time. So that's going to happen Monday. And so I'm probably going to start chemo in like 2 weeks. I'm going to go for not next week because we have to order the caps, cold caps. So probably like 2 weeks. And then that's it. And then I got 4 months, 3 months. I learned so much tomorrow. I don't know. She said it's only about a 30 or 40 minute meeting. Then I have to go see the financial people, which again, they tell me I'm paying thousands of dollars. That ain't happening. But I'm sure it'll be fine. All right. So let's get into my title. I hope not, True Texan. I mean, I have good insurance, so I certainly hope not. Oh my God, here he starts. The second he comes in. Buka is allowed to sleep. What is wrong with him? No wonder you sit outside all day. I'd sit outside all day too if I had to deal with him. All right. Oh, shut up. Oh my God. Would you stop? Buka is allowed love too, you big meanie. He is allowed love too. Why can't you be like that spa dog? Huh? He's allowed to get love from me too, mister. Winston thinks he's the only dog in the world that can get love from me. Geesh. Did you guys see that short I put out with that spa dog? I have never in my life seen a dog totally okay with putting a mask on him. I mean, that was the cutest thing I ever saw. I was like, oh my God, I have to share this. Yeah, True Texan, I purposely got this insurance because they cover so much and blah, blah, blah. So when she said I need to go see a financial person, I'm like, why? I was like, look, if I got to pay thousands of dollars, it's not happening. So she said, no, you were approved. Okay. So why do I need to go see a financial person? But she said, well, they're going to explain everything. So like I said, for surgeries, hospitals, I have a copay of $150. So I think maybe they're going to tell me that I have to pay 150 per chemo treatment, which isn't like horrible considering how much chemo costs, but we'll see. Who knows? They could tell me it's 20 bucks. I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. So what? You stayed on my lap. You'd be fine. All right. So last night, all right, let me back up a little. All right. For some reason, I am the most relevant, irrelevant person on the tubes. What I mean by that is I am not irrelevant. I'm sorry, I'm not relevant. I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I am not doing train wrecks. I am honestly as real as they get. And a lot of people don't like that. And I'm okay with that. I'm not for everyone. I never claim I was. But the one thing I'll never be is fake. If I don't like you, I'll tell you I don't like you. If I don't want you in my chat, I'll tell you I don't want you in my chat. I listened to somebody today. I'm not going to mention their names, but I listened to somebody today. It was the fakest shit I've ever seen. Oh, we love you. We care about you so much. No, you don't. Just stop. And one of them, it was two people on a panel. And she was like, oh my God, I can never, bitch, sit down. You're so fucking fake. And I just don't do fake, no matter what. Hey, Kat, no matter what, I can't do fake. And I've got to go complain about a candle giveaway that's nothing to do with me. I know, right? Why, BHB complained? See, I didn't watch any of the videos. But, all right, we're getting that. I don't want to jump ahead. But I'm not, sounds like Gypsy Rose. Ew, don't say that. But I'm not that person to be phony. I'm not that person to be, oh my God, I care about you so much when I couldn't give a fuck less. I'll tell you straight up, I don't care. And that could make me a horrible person. Oh, I'll be right back. That could make me a horrible person. People could say I'm so mean for that. No, it's called being real. And I'm sorry that people can't handle that. That's that's their problem. That's not a me problem. So, did I? So, one of the things that I've always done for my subscribers, and especially my candle customers, I always give way more than what people order for multiple reasons. One, it's good business. Two, if, let's say they only have $30 to spend and, I know shipping is high. So let's say they only had like $25 to spend. And, I don't know people's situations. I don't know how much money someone has. Amber, I'm going to use you as an example. Let's say Amber's really struggling and Amber for the week has $25 or let's say $40 left. She could do one of two things. She can buy a candle and show her support, or she could go spend that on dinner, let's say. And not that she's going to starve to death, but go spend it on dinner. I don't know who has money and who doesn't. I don't know who can afford and who can't. So maybe Amber only has 40 and she really wanted to try 3 different scents, but she can only afford one. So my mentality is, because I don't know how much money people have, well, I'll give them extras. I'll give them an extra candle. I'll give them extra wax melts. I'll give them a whole bunch of stuff, of different stuff, so they can try different scents. And he's going to bark. So they can try different scents and, they can see what I'm about. If you order 2 candles, a lot of times you get 3. If I need to fill in the box and I don't want to use paper. Hey, Grandma Sherry, if I have to fill in the box and I don't want to fill it up with half paper because the only box I may have left is too big, well, then I'll give him an extra candle because it plugs, it fills it up. So I've probably given away at least, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars in free stuff over the last 3 years. And I know I have. My own customers know I have. I have single-handedly given away more free stuff on this channel than most every other channel combined. Literally combined. I mean, in this community. I have done at least 20 candle giveaways, all on my dime. I have given away wax melts. I've given away candles. I have given away a lot of stuff, a lot. Like literally, there is not a creator in this community that has given away more than I have. And I really believe as a combined total, all of them together have not given away as much as I have single-handedly. And that includes how many fundraisers I've done, how much money I've donated on this channel to different charities. I'm not going to be exact. I'm sure there's somebody keeping track, but I know for a fact I personally on this channel have given away on a live, like not like, I'm doing it behind the scenes. It's where everyone can see it. Has been over $3,400, I believe, somewhere around there. So over $3,000 plus the 3 fundraisers I've done through YouTube, which was a total somewhere around like $1,500. That's not including anything that I've given away. Show me any other creator besides Gray. Take him out of it. He's true crime. I'm talking crime. You guys know who I mean. All the people that run their mouth about me and all the people who have something to say about me and my business, what have you done? Show me a fundraiser you have done. Show me what giveaways you have done. Because most creators in this community take and take and take and take and take. Well, I give back all the time. So with that said, I was at the dentist today and I'm scrolling through my news feed. And I see one video, and then I found out it was 2. But I see one video where they compared me to Betty or something. I didn't watch it, but they compared me to Betty or something. And the video was about my giveaway last night. Again, I didn't watch the video. Then I saw I guess Wispy was talking about my video too, my giveaway. Again, I didn't watch it. But knowing these people, it wasn't in good favor. Like it wasn't in favor of what I did. Okay. Miss me with that bullshit. And here's why. What about the subscribers who purchase candles to donate their money? Huh? What do you mean? So, again, miss me with that bullshit. All these people think they have a problem. That's true. I've sent a few overseas, Tinker. You are correct. On my dime. I agree with you. Oh, she definitely does shady, but she wasn't the only one. There was somebody else too. I don't even know the channel, but it just happened to pop up in my news feed. But the reason why I say miss me with that bullshit, please tell me what store. Oh yeah, Alexa, I have people that buy candles and then donate them. Let's say, Tinker did that. Tinker bought the truth. Here's another one. I'll give you an example. Tinker bought the truth. Tracy the Truth bought her wax melts in order to support me and give Tracy wax melts. Well, I went ahead and added a 9-ounce candle that I believed Tracy would like because I wanted Tracy to, put the word out that, yeah, the candles are not like these people are saying. It's actually pretty good. So I went and did that. To me, that's good business. It just is. So what happens is I want these people to tell me what store they could walk into and say, where's my free gift? Because any single time I've ever seen a store do a giveaway, you have to purchase something. You have to buy something. There's always some catch to it. I hate to say it, but there's always some catch to it. Whether it be you have to buy 2 and you'll get 1 free, or you have to do this in order to get that. If anyone can show me a place that just you walk in and you get free stuff, you just get free items, that'll never happen. But I've done that multiple times and I'm still going to do that. But when I choose to, something last night, like what I did last night, give to get to give, either way. I don't know why these haters have such a problem with it. I don't know why these haters think that I should just keep giving away free shit. Let's go back a second. I am a single mom, a true single mom, not a half-ass single mom, not a single mom who's got a boyfriend who lives with her. I have one dead ex who I get no money from because he's dead, and a father that's aged out because the twins are aged out. So I got no money coming in from other places. So I really have a rough time with people that who are married, no less, who want to run their mouth about me and want to run their mouth about a giveaway that I've done. What giveaways have you done? Please tell me. I'm getting to that, Randa. Please tell me what giveaways you've done. Please tell me what you've ever given back, because all I see is a bunch of assholes who make money on my name. That's what I see. So if they want to tell me what's right and what's wrong, how about you get your own content, you worry about yourself, and you don't worry about what I do with my successful business or what's going to make my business grow. I don't talk about anybody else's business. I talk about mine. So I have a really, really hard time with these pieces of shit making videos like I did something so wrong last night because I said if I get a certain amount of super chats, PayPals, whatever, I will do a candle giveaway. There is absolutely zero wrong with that. Zero. So anyone that's trying to make it into something negative, you're the one with the problem, not me. You are the one that is desperate as can be for attention. You're the one that doesn't have a motherfucking ounce of content without using my name. And I agree, Desperate Dills should be worried about her ban evading more than about my candles. It was bad enough when I saw this one channel do it, but then when I saw a second video, it was like, what planet do these people live on? Like, thank you, Chronicles. I agree. What planet do they live on? Because they don't live on Earth. He's wearing ridiculously huge BB shorts. Who? Who's he? Chronicles, I'm glad you're here though, because I'm gonna address your thing as well. I haven't followed up after this morning. Yeah, desperate is Molly had her shut down. I don't know. I think it was Kool-Aid. I don't know the name though. Yeah, she's bannerbating. It's pretty messed up, right? Your 10 peoples and some blunts that exactly, Chronicles. Exactly. Hold on, I gotta grab my vape. Sorry, Buka. Uh-oh, I can't find it. Maybe that's what dropped. Oh, there it is. I thought it dropped. Fake pickle minder beeswax. I agree, Denise. But it's not just her. She wasn't the first one I saw. She was the second one I saw. And that's because it came up on Clipper. But the first one I saw was a channel I don't know. And there were a couple of people in the comments from Desperate Whispers, but it was like perpetuating this hate. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong. You know, I'll give you a good example of good business. I had no idea that Alyssa was going to then buy a candle. No idea. I just felt bad that there was only one winner. So I made a second winner. And I said I would give her wax melts. And I got a whole bunch of different wax melts for her. Then she buys a candle. I had no idea she was going to buy a candle. I just happened to have a candle that she was looking for that scent already made and all ready to go. Fate? Probably. The odds of that? Pretty slim. But it all fit. And now I got a new customer and I know she's going to love it. And I know she's going to be extremely happy with the wax melts and the candle. So it's good business. That's why I do that stuff. So I'm not jumping on someone else's panel and saying, hey, I'm going to do a giveaway on your channel. I'm talking to my subs and my people and my community. And that's none of your fucking business. But again, I want to know what any of these people gave away ever. I want to know what fundraisers any of them have ever done publicly. None. Absolute zero. And it's crazy. When you see someone hating, it shows their true colors. I agree, Randa. I totally agree. Tinker and Crystal were trying to tell me this earlier. But it's just frustrating to me. I don't know why people just can't shut up about me. I'm not relevant. I'm not even doing anything to make videos. And if you think I am, then I'm sorry, but you live an extremely loser life, because I can point out on YouTube 100 other people that are actually worth making videos over. I am not one of them. Hey, Zelda, I found a good movie for you. I'm going to record it, but I had you in mind. I'm like, oh my God, Zelda's going to love this. It's a horror flick, but I'm going to record it and send it and post it. I've been wanting to get one, so I figure now is a good time so you can combine the items. It is a win-win, but that's what I'm saying. And I have no doubt you're going to be a repeat customer, and all because I decided to, all right, let me give away some wax melts. There's nothing wrong with it. But the fact that all of these people are so caught up in what I do, why don't you match what I do? Why don't you give something away Why don't you give away items? Why not someone else's item? Why don't you give something away of your own items? Do a fundraiser. I know you can't do it through YouTube, but you can certainly do it through your own. Do a fundraiser for MS. Why don't you do that? Oh, I forgot. That would take money away from you. But seriously, go do a fundraiser for MS. Why can't you? What's stopping you? Absolutely nothing. So before you want to judge how I do things, why don't you go do a fundraiser? Why don't you put your money where your low life mouth is? Then you can compete with me. Because not only have I done fundraisers on YouTube, I've also done them privately on YouTube. Like, meaning that I've done it through YouTube specifically, and I've also done it through like my business and everything else. Talking to the two people that made videos about me. Yeah, her goal is 1,000 YouTube checks. So therefore, she wouldn't possibly do a fundraiser. You know, if I do something that's absolutely worth some kind of video, because I'm not saying I'm perfect. I know there are things that I say that, you know, my Patreons cringe and my subs cringe because they know it's going to end up on a video the next day. I get that. Wispy has no teeth and tries to grift money for the dentist on the regular. Why don't you smile in your photos? Crisper whisper. I like that, crisper whisper. Why, she really doesn't have teeth? I want to give away $500 worth of makeup right before Christmas. Such a blessing towards my daughter's Christmas. To enter, you had to be a member. I guess to them, that's a problem. That's what I'm saying. I mean, people that have been with me a long time know I have done a lot of giveaways, like a lot. Plus all the discounts on my own business. When Chasing Truth's husband had COVID, I sent her a candle. I've done that with a lot of different people. But does anyone make videos about that? Nope, they sure don't. Does anyone make videos about all the giveaways I've done? Nope, they sure don't. But it just goes back to everyone remembers the one bad thing you did that they didn't agree, not that it was bad, but what they perceive as bad, but they completely ignore all the good. Bitch, sit down. Just seriously, sit down. I did give out discount codes. I don't get these people. And again, I'm not claiming to be perfect, but I'm way better than you guys. Not you guys, I mean them, the people making the videos. People leave comments about, I would never pay $25 for a candle. Well, I'm sorry. I grew up much better. $25 a candle is undervalued for what I offer. So please sit down. I don't have any paraffin in it. Don't have any toxins. Don't have any chemicals. 100% clean burning, and clean, organic, eco-friendly, holds up to any allergy, won't hurt dogs. Like, this shit's been tested. I use a wax, one of the few waxes in the world that's FDA approved. Like, for real. I don't play. I'm not fucking playing. Like, I take this shit fucking serious. And it absolutely drives me nuts when all of these assholes just don't quit. And then they just come up with the dumbest shit ever. I knew he was going to start. I know. Now, Yankee Candle's bigger, but they use crap. That's why people get headaches, lots of stuff. I have spent, and I've said this before, and I mean this, I have spent thousands, and I mean thousands, probably tens of thousands in testing and mistakes and stuff I've done wrong. And I don't smoke cigarettes either. That is correct. And there's no smells in the house. There's 2 dogs, yes. Nobody, no candle. People have had issues with wick. People have had issues with glass. But you know what? The one thing nobody's ever had an issue with? Allergies. Stop. I would much rather replace a candle because they got a bad wick or because I used a wrong wick and it broke or something like that. I'm not coffee. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Or it broke or something. I would much rather replace that than replacing someone calling me up and saying, look, I have allergies and your candles are horrible due to allergies, or I'm getting headaches from your candles. I've never had that except one troll that I never believed anyway. They told me my candle was too strong. Okay, put it in another room. But if that's not exactly a diss to me, that's kind of a compliment that you think my candles are too strong. Okay, that means I'm making it perfect. So, and a lot of people are thinking I'm giving the haters power with this. No, I am explaining this to my audience. I am letting people know how I feel because, again, coffee, ignoring, hey, Christy, ignoring things doesn't get anywhere. Ignoring has gotten me absolutely nowhere. These same people do not stop. These same people just continue over and over and over, no matter what I do. So I just want to make it a point to my people. And I don't want anyone on my side saying, well, that was kind of, or letting them get in their head. That's why I'm explaining it. I didn't see what Chronicles wrote. Oh, tell your leader to get on that cricket, Wispy, and make a shirt for Lawyer Fund as originally planned. Do a live on that. I forgot about that. I remember, you want to laugh though? I remember when, I think it was Christmas time. I think it was Christmas. That girl bought her something for the cricket and she didn't even know what it was. I think she sold the cricket. Thank you, Texan. I really think she got rid of it because that girl gave her this I guess holder for it. She had no clue what it was for. None. And I was like, okay, I bet she got rid of that cricket. 100%. They are relentless. It never ends. A carrying bag, yes. I knew it was something, but she had no idea what it was. She's like, oh, thank you. And that girl, was explaining what it was and what it was for. And oh, great thing. I knew she couldn't use a cricket. I mean, it's easy once you figure out what you're doing, but she still has no idea. And the heat press and everything, it's not just a cricket. You need a lot more than just a cricket. She told boss she was using it the other day. Yeah, okay. Well, then again, voices could have taught her. Zelda, they make money. That's what. I've never heard a word about the bee making t-shirt. No, because it's more than just a cricket that you need to make t-shirts. I bought a whole sublimation printer. I still haven't figured out how to use it. I do love my cricket. You guys will see with candles, I started labeling boxes and cricketing all the boxes. I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I can keep this up. I mean, this is expensive just to put energy on the box. I'm like, I think it's cheaper if I just fucking get printed boxes. Oh, it wasn't you that got shut down. Because didn't you get shut down by Molly at one point? I did support her when she started. Do you know what channel Molly shut her down with? I thought maybe it was you. I just know that Molly shut down a few channels, and I remember hearing Kool-Aid was one of them. But all right. Kool-Aid is not Desperate Whispers. Good to know. I have no idea, Zelda. I haven't spoken to her in months. The most work she does is getting up amounts for PayPals. That is true. I tell you, it feels weird that my teeth are so clean, like on the inside. Yeah, no, I don't even know if she's on Kick anymore. I have no idea. Do not watch her at all. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about that. But I challenge any of them, Desperate Whisper, any of them. I challenge them to show me receipts of things that they've donated through their channel. That's what I want to know. I want to see what giveaways they have done on their channel, that they have a right to say anything about how I choose to do it. She's still cooking with gas over there on D Live. Oh, she's still on D Live? Johnson to duel. Molly shut down 6 of my channels. Why do you think she targeted just you? Her name was forgot. Oh, seriously? Hey, Jura, when can I look forward to you picking up another? I've been doing true crime, and you weren't in here. I did a couple of true crime lives. Oh, so she was Forgotten Whispers then. Good to know. I'm not muted. Hey, Del. You know, be making anything. It takes time to. It does take time to learn. It's not hard though once you learn it. I tell you though, I can't even listen to over there anymore. I just can't. Between voices popping in every 10 seconds, no thanks. Can't do it. Hey, Marissa. All right. So the another thing, yeah, I've done a few cases. Interestingly enough, the live I did about Crumley being guilty got me a green money sign, and everything else is yellow limited. But for some reason, putting guilty got me didn't go yellow. Very weird. Seriously, it got a little frustrating. I can imagine. It's not hard, but you can't take time to run a channel. You definitely want to take time to learn the cricket. No, I kept my cricket in a box for a long time. I was afraid to use it. I was like, I don't understand this. This is too much. The heat press was easy. That was like the easiest thing to learn. But this sublimation printer, I need to start using it because my ink's probably going to dry out if I don't, even though it's totally unopened. But yeah, it's sitting over there next to my other printer. My hate makes I only put out her words, my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. She made him to learn it before she got this. Voice and a multiple personalities, either crying or raging. It just the hypocrisy is crazy. The hypocrisy that I hear all over the place, but yet I'm such a bad person. No. All right. So moving on from that, we can go back to that. But another thing I want to cover is Chronicles of the Shady post. Let me pull it up. Because I think a lot of people are so confused about this. And while I was writing a reply, I had a really good example pop up in my head. And I said, oh, that's good. Hold on. Okay. So Yesterday, Chronicles of the Shady, let me share it with you guys. Chronicles of the Shady put up a community post. Why am I still subbed to Sweet Misery? Am I just being nice or something? Bullhorn Betty accused SF Investigates of hacking her Venmo account. Girl, so you know damn well he isn't hacking your broke ass. Come on. All right, I agree with that. So SF Investigates puts up this post. Career criminal and life failure, Bullhorn Betty. Okay, let me start right there. Right there, he just killed any kind of lawsuit he may have even think of started. He just killed her right there. You can't defame someone. She's not a career criminal, and she's certainly not a life failure. So any single thing that you think you're going to sue her for, you just eliminated it. But let me move on. Who filed a frivolous complaint against my PI license 2 weeks ago and has filed a new complaint in Tennessee accusing me of hacking her Venmo account and servers. Accusations of financial crimes are serious. Tomorrow, I'll speak with the detective in Manatee County that she referenced in her original complaint. For those wondering if I'm still suing BHB, the answer is yes, unequivocally. That is a fucking lie, and I'm going to explain why. Here is why there is a delay. Working as an armed PI, I require a specialized license that allows open carry in all locations. Oh. Why can't I see this? Why won't this open? Hold on. Finally, how come this doesn't let you open it on a cell phone? I mean, on a computer? How do you see the whole thing? I'm gonna see if I can do it this way. Hold on. I know on a cell phone, you just press it and it opens up. Nope. All right. Hang on. Oh, come on. Now I'm stuck. All right. Yeah, it doesn't. Let me see. Nope. I even tried now I gotta go get my cell phone. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. All right. So the second half says, put on my glasses. All right. Second half says, let me go back to the first. Okay. Oh, won't even let me finish there. Oh, it's cut off. Okay. Manatee County that she referenced in her original complaint. So those wondering if I'm still suing BHB, the answer is yes, unequivocally. Here is why there is a delay working as an armed PI. I require a specialized license that allows open carry in all locations with no restrictions. Renewal applications involve extensive background checks and psych reviews, including disclosures of ongoing litigation. Filing before my permit states and complete would require, hold on, would require amending the applications and a lengthy license lapse. I also have pending PI applications in Texas and New York that I would have to amend. So, yes, I'm suing, but it'll be a couple of months. Tomorrow, I hope they'll consider criminal charges against her for filing false reports of felony crimes. Even if I was a criminal, let's be honest, what would I gain? She has as much money as she has brain cells, zero. Okay, dude. You just killed your own case. She said she didn't want uploads of Laura on her channel, so she put it on her other channel, as if Laura doesn't represent most of her content. Yeah, she's fucking ridiculous. She's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so I said in the comments, I said, SF is full of shit. He's been caught in a lot of lies too. I'm not buying anything he's selling. He isn't suing Betty. There's no wait time to file papers or serve someone. He's full of shit. And her opinion is that he hacked her. He did not get arrested. He didn't lose anything. Therefore, there is no lawsuit. He would also need to file in Florida. He's so full of shit. So someone said, are you serious? Damage to a professional's reputation is defamation. Accusing a PI of using his skills to commit crimes is absolutely actionable. It's an ongoing retaliation mindset with this angry woman. Someone said, LOL, sure. And then Chronicle said a lot of lies like what? He hasn't lied. He did in Kylie Rodney. I said defamation only matters if it's damaged his reputation to the point in which he lost money. He has not lost any money. He has not done anything that will warrant a case. You don't believe me? Make sure you apologize when I'm proven right. And then I said Kylie Rodney lied a lot. So then I said, and I'm not saying Betty isn't an asshole. Don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying that he has no case. Banter back and forth is called sticks and stones. And Betty knows this, as does SF. People are so confused when it comes to defamation cases. If the person has not been harmed with a serious monetary loss, there is zero case. So then I said, calling her a career criminal and failure in life just eliminated his entire lawsuit and case. Lastly, his PI license in other states doesn't have anything to do with any of this. Please educate yourselves on how these things really work so you aren't fooled by someone just because they have a license in which you can buy for $250. So then Anonymous says, I think you're wrong. Calling a regulatory board and accusing a professional of weird, unsubstantiated crimes is not okay, nor is it legal. She is obviously just doing her usual shady retaliation garbage. And I kind of agree with that. But so then I said, this was my brilliant thought. I said, if he lost his license from her lies, now that's a case he can sue for. If he lost money because the state board listened to her and loses his license, he can sue for that. Here was my big one. I said, but because nothing happened, nothing can be done. Here's a better example. You're driving down the road, somebody blows a red light. They hit you. They're wrong. However, there isn't one scratch on your car. You can't sue the person for $2.6 million when there was zero damage. Doesn't matter the other car was wrong. Doesn't matter that you could have been killed because of their actions. You can't sue them if there are no damages, regardless of the what ifs. Hopefully that puts that in a better perspective. I thought that was brilliant that came to me. So then someone said, my take on it isn't the length of time to file papers or serve someone. It's the process of the legalities with his PI license, concealed weapons in different states that he doesn't want to extend, which is already lengthy. And it's Tad correct on that. I actually read it wrong when I was first reading it. But all the people in the comments because they dislike Betty, they are, oh my God, SF is so right. Oh my God. I don't like SF. I think he's a fraud. He may have a license, but he is a fraud. He's a whiny little baby. And anyone that that followed the Kylie Rodney case knows exactly what I'm talking about. He was shady. He was a fraud. He was fucking weird. But all these people in the comments are all like, yeah, go SF, go SF. He can't do anything. There's nothing he can do. Nothing happened to him. Again, if he would have lost his license, I get it. If he would have lost a client because of Betty and took a financial loss, all right, maybe he's got a case. But you can cry. I mean, I can call Illinois courts and say that Queen Bee jacked me. I need proof, though. I can't just say it. I need marks on me. I need things to actually show. Or she beat me up. Well, do you have any marks? No. Are you bleeding? No. Did she touch you? No. So nothing has come from her hitting you. You sure she hit you? Well, she intended to hit me. Like, that's what it sounds like. You just can't. He did lose a client, but he can't prove it's because of her. That's what I'm saying. He can't. I mean, the client could have left for multiple reasons. We don't know why the client left. We don't. Could be anybody. Could be any reason. Just like when you get fired from a job. Unless you have your boss on recording saying that if you don't blow me, I'm going to fire you. Unless you have evidence like that, they could fire you for multiple reasons. Not just one, multiple reasons. So we don't know why he was fired. Ask the client why exactly. We just don't know. It could have been what people showed them, could have been a bunch of evidence. Okay. If he can prove, yeah, but he lies, Chronicles. That's what I'm saying. He lied during Kylie Rodney. And he can't sue because of this line right here. This is defamation. Saying that she's a life failure is defamation. It's defamatory. He's supposed to be the professional. This is not professional. Even writing this is not professional. Why? This is a professional here. Why does he care what his people think? Why is he concerned if he's such a professional? I agree with you. He's caused a lot of problems. Totally agree. He has shown proof to everything he was claimed. What has he lied about? For Kylie Rodney, Chronicles, I really don't remember in detail. I mean, I honestly don't. But I just know that we side-eyed him a lot. Has SF shown proof that Betty filed this claim against him? I mean, did she say it was her? I did hear that she was saying that he hacked her or something. Maybe he did, but that's her opinion. Just like somebody goes into a police station and says that somebody R'd me. Well, I think it was them. I can't say for sure, but I believe it was. That's an opinion. No, I'm talking on Twitter, Chronicles. I'm not even talking on YouTube. I'm talking on Twitter. Oh, he made his rounds on Twitter, on YouTube. He was on Zav Girls a bunch. Yeah, he made his rounds. Yeah, he was kind of working with the family. He was working with the grandfather. That is true. So Ryan Upchurch lied, AWP lied, but SF didn't? I don't think so. SF had more to lose than they did. All right, well, let's go to his Twitter and let's take a look. Oh, wait, he removed everything. I'm sorry. We can't go back and look because he removed everything and then cried like a little baby. He went to Zav and then lied. Correct. I just don't remember the exact details. I do know he was on Zav Girl. I do know he was crying like a little baby. I just don't remember about what. Kelly under chandeliers. Why do I know your name? He blocked me because I'm Betty's mom. Oh, hey, Robin. Never did a thing to him. Yeah, okay, Robin, you can help me here. Is it true, though? Did she claim that he hacked her? Did she claim that? Because someone was asking if she claimed that. I said, I don't know. I do. He was against them and tried to clear up their lie. No, I remember something different. Chronicles, it was a year ago. I don't remember. Maybe it was 2 years ago. When did Kylie Rodney die? It was a year ago, year and a half. I haven't heard a thing about that. I never heard her say that he hacked her. Well, that's an interesting twist. So she didn't call the board and say that he hacked her. Well, now this changes everything. Wait, guys, this is important. Okay, so she did say it. Chronicles. She said it on a live? And I don't know. I'm literally just asking. Yeah, I guess she said it on a live. Right, Chronicles? But you have clips of Betty saying and not SF. No, because I could see Betty saying it. So I'm just curious. She called the board. Is that what it is, Chronicles? That she allegedly called the board? Robin, I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. You said you have clip. How do we know? Okay, so Robin's Betty's mod. Robin said that she's never heard Betty accuse SF of calling the board. Do you have clips of Betty saying it? I mean, are there clips out there of Betty saying it, or it only came from SF? I have a feeling it only came from SF. Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Robin. Chronicles is like, what? I'm behind. What? And I couldn't even tell you because I don't watch anything with Betty. I got my own clip channels to keep an eye on. You mean you don't know everything she does, Robin? How could you? Okay, I have SF clips when he was on YouTube. I have Betty saying she's calling. Okay. All right, hold up. So you have Betty saying she's calling the board or that she called the board? Because that's a big difference. Because I say I'm going to call MM's husband, but I haven't actually called. But there is a difference. Shut up. Winston. Didn't he have beef? Yeah, he had beef with everybody. But I'm serious though. Saying that calling the board is totally different than called with a D. Didn't he have beef with Jade? See, Miss Robin, that's one thing between my mods and Betty's mods. You guys definitely share a lot of similarities and the shit that you guys have to deal with. Oh, I agree. It's shady. But SF is running around getting people in his corner by saying that she did call. Hey, Liza, that she did call. And it doesn't sound like she did call. It just says she said she was going to call. And there is a difference. Is there proof for saying she did or did he? No, neither, from what I understand. I just don't understand why more clip channels don't have that. I guess not enough watch her. I don't know. They're too busy worrying about my candles. Yeah, but that was a while ago. Betty was saying SF didn't have a license, Tennessee, and all along she had his name spelled wrong. But wasn't that a while ago? And I also don't think Andrew would be dumb enough to use her name. Yeah, in YouTube time, Angel, that was like forever ago. Last week is like forever ago on YouTube time. Shady's on the case. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know anyone that watches her long enough to find it. Betty called the FBI on blank screen, so what's ringing a board? That was funny though, Red. I did watch that. That was pretty funny. Then we don't know what she did. Yeah, I don't think she did call. Not if it says she's calling. Not someone making new besties. Just kidding. Made me come out of the bushes. In your own words, we need videos every day. And I'm sorry I played your video like 4 seconds after it came out yesterday. Everyone's like, oh, in your own words, just dropped a video. I'm like, oh my God, it's been out like 4 seconds. She's going to kill me. She filed a complaint. I'll upload. Okay. You're going to upload it on a channel or you're going to upload it on community post or email? She did it on live. So if she'll call the FBI on live, I think she'd just say if she made a complaint. No shame in the game. That is true. See, my mods, me, my subs, Betty subs are just excited that there's a clip channel that has nothing to do with me or her. We're like, yes, clip channel, it's not about us. I watched twice. Oh, there you go, Amber. Thank you. I'd like to know because he probably heard her say that she was gonna call, and then he twisted it to make it out like she did call. That's my honest opinion. Because I don't know anything about a PI board. I really don't. But I have a hard time believing that the board would have contacted him. I think they have better things to do. And what board is there for a PI license? That's your state. There is no board for it. Let me double check that. I know here there's not. Oh, I guess there is. Alabama has a private investigation board, which is who does the examination. There's a board meeting Tuesday. All right, so they do. Okay. Okay, just so you guys know, Chronicles, there is no board of PIs in California. California private investigators licenses are done by the Department of Consumer Affairs. So he's lying. State of California, become a California PI. Undergo a thorough background, blah, blah, blah. Pass 2-hour examinations. You get a copy of the Private Investigator Act. Upon notification that you have passed the exam, submit a licensing fee to the Bureau of Security and Investigative Services. Complete application. Training education. Let me see. All right. Bureau of Security Investigative Services regulates alarm, locksmith, PI, privates. All right. The Bureau of Security Investigative Services, which is the BSIS, bullshit is licenses and regulate alarms, regulates the alarm, locksmith, private investigator, private security services, and repossession industries. The mission of the Bureau is to protect and serve the public and consumers through effective regulatory oversight of the professions within the Bureau's jurisdiction. So there is no one's going to call him because someone made a phone call. Sorry, they're just not. Interesting. All the leaders are females. Go ladies. All 3 of them are female. Sweet. All right. Now let's go back. Hold on. Yeah, if you're going to report, you do it through online. Hey. All right, hold on. Yeah, it probably went through online because I'm looking at it. File a complaint, report on licensed activity, verify a license. All right, hold up. I'm going to look in a second. Let me show you guys this. When she was saying she didn't know if he was licensed, all she had to do was go to this site and verify it. That's it. There was no reason Yeah, I am. But there's no reason why she had to doubt it. All she had to do was come here and you can verify it. Like, duh. Uh, yeah, that's what she did. Steve Fisher, to discredit me, has kept engaged in unlawful business practices and has utilized his license to find out confidential information about me because I have a competing client. He has utilized his license and influence to cause me financial harm and to remove me from social media. Did she say this about everybody? He is filing federal paperwork on behalf of another individual claiming to be that said individual and feels he is abusing his license to financially harm me. He's utilizing the copyright system in his abusive manner, violating federal law in the process, showing he has no moral or ethical compass. I'll be filing action against him in the near future and need a full investigation into his conduct. Is there anyone else firsthand knowledge? Yes. Have you retained an attorney? No. Based on the information you're providing in this complaint, do you believe the respondent has committed an action that will be considered a criminal act? Yes. If yes, he has been using his license to harass me. He has been using his license to find people to file lawsuits against me to cause financial harm to me. He has utilized his license to look into personal private information about me without authorization. Have you contacted law enforcement? Yes. Which agency? Manatee County Sheriff's Office, Criminal Investigation, Bradenton, Florida. This is absolutely not actionable for a lawsuit. Not even close. No, you can't get members. Hey, he's laying down. Hang on, let me get him a bone. What? All right, Buka, what is wrong with him? Dog is nuts. Here, Buka. I mean, here, Here, Buki, here's your bone. All right, play with your bone. Can you upload it, Chronicles? Because honestly, there's nothing to this. Like, this is not actionable. This is her opinion. Because they're going to do an investigation. And if he did nothing wrong, then none of this is going to go anywhere. But by him writing what he wrote, not a good look for him. Because he's writing stuff that's exactly what she's saying he's doing. So that's really kind of dumb for him. Like, honestly, that's dumb. Like saying it's trying to discredit me. She's not a career criminal. Yeah, where is the hacking Venmo? And this is from December. Oh, there's more. I'm sorry. Primary because I have a competing client. Yeah, that happens a lot. Oh. Unlicensed private investigator in Tennessee. She claims Steve Fisher to discredit me. Oh, wait. Oh, you guys. Oh, my God. I thought you guys were seeing it. My bad. I'm sorry. I want to clarify that I've never met or spoken to Miss Griffin. Frankly, it's an insult to my business and me personally, as a person with the ability to critically think, that Andrew Griffin thinks that I have ever spent any time thinking of her, even investigating her beyond a full criminal record search. Okay. You just said that you would never spend time thinking about her. And here you say that you did a full criminal record search for her. Why? After spending a few minutes in a complete state of shock viewing her full criminal history, I have never thought about her. She has a history of frivolous lawsuits, such as against the parents of Brian Laundrie in the Gabitito case 2 years ago. With over 30 arrests and charges, she is a dangerous lunatic that exhibits severe mental illness. Okay, she has a lawsuit more than him. I hate to say it, but she does. Yeah, but it's not, no, charges, they don't look at charges. They look at convictions. What was she actually convicted of? We on YouTube look at charges, but the law looks at what she was actually convicted of. Big difference. Miss Griffin seeks to involve herself in the high-profile cases of 2 missing women in Tennessee that I'm investigating. Okay, Layla's not high profile, which we refer to as tragedy pimping. I am working closely with Tennessee Bureau of Investigation on these cases. I don't believe that either. On these cases, and Miss Griffin seeks the spotlight, thinking she should be involved in these discussions. But Miss Griffin does not have the qualifications to be a licensed investigator, and she does not qualify with her extensive criminal background. That is not true. She could be. Her delusional paranoia is evident in the complaint. She alleges he is filing federal paperwork on behalf of another individual, claiming to be that said individual, which is entirely false. I have not filed any claim against her in my name or in anyone else's, as Ms. Griffin imagines. Additionally, she states he is utilizing the copyright system in an abusive manner, violating federal law, which is unfounded. Even if we would entertain this claim, it would fall under the jurisdiction of the Copyright Court to decide. Regarding her assertion that he has been using his license to harass me, he has been using his license to find people to file lawsuits against me to cause financial harm to me. She now seems to backtrack, suggesting that I am finding others to act against her. I believe this complaint merits a thorough investigation by a government agency to expose any abuse. While I have responded, I am not requesting dismissal. Rather, I urge a comprehensive inquiry into this matter to uncover all documents and facts. Additionally, Ms. Griffin stated in her complaint that she filed a police report against me. No, she did not say that. Oh, yeah, she did actually. With the Manatee County Sheriff's Office investigations with Detective Rachel something. She did, however, state she gets volumes of emails from Miss Griffin. Hold on. Where's my cell phone again? I totally agree, Kool-Aid. Immunity. Hold on. Now, I want to point something out. She didn't say she filed a police report against him. What the question was, did you contact any law enforcement agency? That doesn't mean that she filed a police report. That just means she contacted the police. We don't know if she filed a police report. All right, so the final thing says, case number has absolutely nothing to do with me. She did, however, state that she quite regularly gets volumes of emails from Miss Griffin. As I said, get volumes of emails from Miss Griffin, who, as I said, is clearly mentally ill and is filling her days with burdening those of us that are hardworking. The detective said you can call her. and she can provide you with all of the details. Respectfully, Steve Fisher, missing persons private investigator, search and rescue plot, and ground search something tech, searchinvestigations.org. Hey, just Debbie. Florida, I think you can. Like I've told you guys, to be a guardian ad litem in Florida, you need a weekend training. That's it. I mean, they look into your record, but it was nothing. Like, I couldn't believe how easy it was to be a guardian ad litem. Where in like Iowa, you need to be a lawyer. But Florida was an absolute joke. But that was 2013. But it was an absolute joke. Burnt toast is over the top, but I can't really talk all of my content with Molly Go Lightly, the 2/3. So if and when he filed his LOL suit, I can't wait to hear the commentary. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, but his letter is not somebody that's a professional. Like Robin, don't hate me for this. We all expect Betty to say what she says because she's not the brightest. We get that. But I expect a professional to be a professional. And a true professional would not write a letter like this. For example, I give you a good example, my own business. If someone were to write me, I had a customer that I kind of fought with. I didn't curse her. I didn't call her names. I didn't say anything bad. You don't do that. You don't say somebody's like you're mentally ill. That's not a professional. That's like me saying someone doesn't like my candle. Well, fuck you. You don't like my candle. I think you're mentally ill. That you just don't say that. You say, I'm sorry. Is there some way I can make it up to you? Can I make it better? Like, what can we do? He's slandering her. And this is supposed to be the professional calling her mentally ill. Do you have proof she's mentally ill? No. But this is what he does. This is what he does. I could tell you this much, Chronicles. He has claimed a lot and could not back up anything. I think he said he sued Jim Terry. He never sued Jim Terry. He said he sued this one. He never sued that one. They're not, Robin, at all. But just forget everything. Just the fact that things that he wrote in this, he didn't respond to this. He acted like he was a jealous boyfriend, like an ex-boyfriend. And in his response, he says, he makes it out like, I would never think of her. I would never talk about her. I have never spent any time thinking of her, even investigating her beyond a full criminal record search. Well, why do you have a full record search? Why would you do a full record search on someone that you never speak to? Why would you do a full record search on somebody that you don't think about? What would cause you to do a full record search on someone? Like, it's weird. I can't imagine the authority of private investigators not investigating people use PIs to catch spouses cheating. I'm sure they get reported a lot. I agree with that too. All right, so let's go over to Twitter for a minute. Hold on. Twitter. Um, oh, all right. Mm. So here he accuses Denver police of promoting sex trafficking. Okay, what makes that any different than Betty accusing him? I I agree with that too, Coffee. All I see is him promoting himself. I hate to say it. Stop! Stop! Uh, Stop! Wait, who's the second missing Tennessee girl? Oh, Summer Wells? Qualified immunity? I don't know. I just never liked the dude. All right. So here's a professional speech showing this, and in the middle, he puts stuff about Betty. And again, calling her a career criminal. Filed a complaint against my PI. Okay, that's the one we just looked at. Stop! Play with your bone. Yeah. I start EMT school tonight. Alert. Oh, LASIX trial is this month. Pre-trial conference. December 27th, 2023. As of today, I'm licensed as a PI in California, Florida, Arizona, Tennessee, and Alabama. Okay, and? Doesn't take much to get licensed. Just saying. He does have a good drone, though. I'll say that much. Here we go. Is another one. I have funded the preparation and filing of federal copyright legal action against Andra, aka Bullhorn Betty, to help Kira protect herself from BHB's illegal use and profit of Kira's video. All right. Am I fucking stupid? Or is that exactly what Betty stated? I hate when these motherfuckers make me stick up for Betty. That is exactly what Betty stated right there, that he helped somebody file federal charges. He says he didn't do it. And dumbass, it's right here. Yes, you did. This is all she stated. This is what Betty stated. And it's exactly what you did. Am I the dumbass? Am I missing something here? But does he not state it? That he did not do that? He didn't file. Let me go back to it. Hold on. Let's look. He says, actually, let me do it here. He says, as a person with the ability to critically think, that Andrew Griffin thinks I have ever spent any time thinking of her or even investigating her beyond a full criminal record search, after spending a few minutes in a complete state of shock viewing her criminal history, I have never thought about her. She has a history of filing frivolous lawsuits such as against the parents of Brian Laundrie in the Gabby Petito case 2 years ago. With over 30 arrests and charges, not convictions, she's a dangerous lunatic that exhibits severe mental illness. Miss Griffin seeks to involve in a high-profile case, so do you. Her delusional paranoia is evident. Okay, listen to this. Her delusional paranoia is evident in the complaint. She alleges he is filing federal paperwork on behalf of another individual, claiming to be that said individual, which is entirely false. I have not filed any claim against her in my name or in anyone else's, as Ms. Griffin imagines. Additionally, states he's utilizing the copyright system in an abusive manner. Okay, so she did get that part wrong in the sense of, she did get that part wrong, that he didn't file it under her name, but he does state, as I promised, Kira, I have funded the preparation and filing of federal copyright legal action against Andra, aka Bullhorn Betty, to help Kira protect herself from BHB's illegal use and profit of Kira's video and the intentional defamation it's causing. That states he paid for it, Funded means he paid for it. So he paid for it and he did all the preparation and the filing. His words. His words. Kiera's filed claims for $30,000 for each violation and for the permanent takedown of the video. This legal action also encompasses TikTok as well as YouTube, and she is currently proceeding with a TikTok takedown against BHB right now. We have not one, we have submitted proof of this legal action to YouTube as required to ensure the videos remain offline. If anyone knows that Olivia, whose voice was used in the voiceover, has posted the video on her TikTok or elsewhere, please inform us so we can promptly file against her as well. I have included a screenshot of the docket for reference, and those interested in viewing the redacted filing can find it on Dropbox at the link below. Hello, that is what she stated. And you do sound like you're quite involved in it. Just saying. So you're delusional that she's so delusional? Any normal human being. You know how like in a court of law, like a jury has to be, when they say anyone with a reasonable doubt, meaning that anyone with a normal brain that has a reasonable thought that this could be misinterpreted. That's how I read this. Any single judge, lawyer, yes, she was slightly wrong, but for him to say her delusional paranoia, and then he writes, we, us, he absolutely is part of it. Do not say that she's delusional and it's her delusional paranoia, because she is pretty on point. She got one thing wrong, but she's pretty on point. This wasn't in left field. But was said video BHB used, registered with the US? No, it was not. But you see what I'm saying, though? She's not paranoid or delusional. You said right here, you paid for it and prepared it and filed it. She's not wrong. So I think it makes him look bad by saying she's delusional and paranoid. No, she's pretty much right. Now it says in those clips about him. That's not my issue. Isn't what she said, though. I mean, it is, but to call her delusional and paranoid, she's not delusional and paranoid when it comes to this. I'm just going on what he wrote. I'm not talking about anything else. And all of this circles back to why he doesn't have a case. That's the whole, that's my whole point in all of this, that he doesn't have a case. He's got nothing. Did SF help? Yes. Pretty sure SF helped her do everything. But yeah, if Betty needs this for reference, if he takes it down, there you go. This is proof of filing the video itself. Your application and payment for the work were received by the U.S. Copyright on 12/21. I got to be honest with you, I don't even understand why this even went that far. What's the point? It's a fucking video. Granted, she shouldn't have put it up, but it's a fucking video. Give me a break. To go this far, exactly, it's a pissing match. Well, that's why they copyrighted it afterwards. Which I don't even understand anyway. Why would you want to copyright something that, it seems like an awful waste of time and money and bullshit for a video. Betty's not getting 100 million views on it. Can the video help find Layla? I don't I never saw the video, so I don't know exactly what it was. But I can't imagine taking it this far when it's not even like it's not like you're dancing naked or something, then I can see. Someone made a video of somebody naked, then I can understand you bringing it. No, that's me, bitch. Or someone writes a song or something. I totally get that. That's what I'm saying, Coffee. I don't get it either. I'm really starting to think this is how they make money. They aren't making enough from YouTube itself, so they supplement by suing. Yeah, but suing costs money. That's fucked up. I get a something went wrong message when something trying to load the videos. Let me preempt Betty's predictable response, which will likely be whining about how they're trying to ruin my Christmas or claiming I'm being bullied. Nobody isn't about you playing victim. You brought it on yourself. Oh my God, seasons. Maybe if you put down the alcohol, you'd be all right. Uh, all right, let me take a look at something. All right. So I was looking at it. So Betty has half the amount of followers he does. All right. Why do you I don't know. I don't know the deal with this story. But all these people, like yes men, just feeding into it instead of him actually explaining how the law works. No, he'd rather get people, worked up. I wouldn't doubt if that's coming next. But he's Kiara's spokesperson. I don't honestly, Haley, I don't even remember what the hell a police report was made by him today with the officer that BHB said she reported him to. It's so ridiculous. Like he couldn't go on TikTok and see if Olivia used it. Like he's a fraud. There's copyright. This isn't it. Here we go. More drama. This is an update regarding the copyright strikes filed against Bullhorn Betty by the witness Kiara. Betty made the unwise decision to file counter notifications against 3 strikes since the disputed video involves me and sensitive matters related to law enforcement. The video at the center of the dispute was not originally posted by Kiara. Instead, it was unlawfully uploaded by Layla's aunt. In her counter notification, Betty tried to deflect responsibility by blaming Layla's aunt, claiming she had the right to use the content because the aunt had posted it on Facebook. However, this argument falls flat as Facebook has recently removed the aunt's post for copyright violation. What is the big deal about this fucking video? I don't understand. Someone help me. That's what we've been discussing, Tim. SF can't sue her. He's an idiot. Like I don't even understand what the video was. Here we go. Lately, she's been paranoid, another paranoid, claiming someone was out to get her channel. In reality, she's a victim of her own stupidity. But she is possibly, to an extent, psychic. because she ended up being correct. She does now have someone going after her channel and making sure that once that channel is down, she's now allowed to circumvent being banned ever. He's so full of shit. I found there are a ton of kind and willing people in this community when it comes to passing messages along to BHB. Can someone please explain to me what this video was? No, someone else filed a strike. I have no idea who it is, but it shows she doesn't play by the rules. Why would somebody else file a strike if it was Kiera's video? Duh. But here these idiots believe it. Oh, look, Wispy. How did I not know she'd be in there? It was cops knocking on witnesses' door. That's it? That was the whole video? This is what the big hubbub is about? She defames you yet again at the 55 minutes on our early morning stream this morning. Yes, I guess so. This happened the end of December. But like he's feeding into all the Betty haters. And none of them are educated on the law. And they think that, rah, what he's saying is correct. And he's not at all. He's getting people worked up for nothing. Oh, look who's giving him feedback. What a shock. The filing fee in federal court is only $350. The moment you file suit and prove evidence that Griffin was served to YouTube, the copyright strike will go through. That is true. You do not need to pursue prosecution of the claim to win with YouTube. Just initiating the lawsuit is enough. That's 100% correct. I'm going to also say something, and I thought about this yesterday. When I saw Davis's farm, maybe it's old age. I don't know. But why does everybody in this community get excited at someone else's downfall?
Facts. You tell them.
What?
You tell them.
And I mean that 100%. Why do they get excited? Because somebody else is in trouble. That's weird.
Terrible.
Shut up, Dayton. Go to bed. That's weird. Like, you shouldn't get excited over someone else's copyright strike. Hey, Richie. I know. I just find it so weird. What it looks like when a responsible creator in the missing persons community produces a video about Summer Layla in Holland. Michelle responsibly keeps to the facts. She does a lot, and I don't have a problem with Michelle, but I mean, she does do speculation as well. Sharing this in advance. I'm sharing this in advance because I anticipate BHB may create another sensational breaking news segment, possibly using photos. Tonight, Michael Layla's boyfriend experienced another overdose, the second day in a row. Well, that's sad. Now, more Betty? I think this is when the fight started. My spine neurosurgeon moved to a new office. They left the part out about now being in the gynecology office. Lots of time in the waiting room. I don't know the point of that, but okay. Another Betty. All right, statement I screenshot from Kira. The witness that Bullhorn Betty is basically accusing of being a criminal suspect. It's appalling how some individuals like Betty can be so morally corrupt. Oh, this explains it. All right, she wrote it on Facebook. I now get some insight. Hey, Irish gal. I am writing to address the false rumors about me circulating by Jennifer Santinello, Trisha Murphy, and a strange internet person called Bullhorn Betty, currently working in public media for Jennifer named Bullhorn Betty. A video of Detective Claire at my door has been misrepresented. Before this video was shot, I have reached out to Detective Claire 3 times after he left his card at my door, but I didn't receive a call back. In mid-November, Trisha Murphy posted on Facebook accusing me of avoiding an interview with the PI. Contrary to her claims, I met with the investigator for 3 hours, providing a comprehensive and truthful statement. After the interview, Jennifer, Trisha, and Betty inexplicably criticized me for cooperating with the investigator, contradicting their earlier stance. To set the record straight, on June 23rd, I was at a house where Layla Santinello was also at. I am not friends with Layla. I only knew of her. That night, Layla asked me for a ride, and I said no. When I left the house, I was involved in a car accident, which law enforcement can verify. Following Layla's disappearance, it was rumored that she was last seen at the same house we were at before she went missing. I mistakenly assumed she disappeared the day after I saw her at the house. I expressed my regret to a few people for not giving her a ride, thinking it might have prevented her disappearance, and said, I can't believe I was one of the last people to see her. However, I later realized that Layla returned to the same house on the 26th, 3 days after our encounter, and went missing on the 27th. My assumption was based on the initial misinformation. I didn't realize Layla left and then went back, and we were talking about 4 days later. Despite knowing these facts, and they do know these facts, Jennifer Santinello and Trisha Murphy continue to insinuate my involvement in Layla's disappearance. This deliberate misrepresentation of facts is concerning and raises questions about their motives and why they want to point the finger so easily and without facts at someone. Good night, hon. I have been transparent and cooperative. If Detective Claire wishes to speak with me, he should respond to my attempts to contact him. Just as I arranged a meeting with the private investigator, I will do so with them. I also want to say that I am not a suspect in a criminal investigation into Layla's disappearance. If I was a suspect, don't you think they would have wanted to talk to me sooner than 4 months after a disappearance? This is basic common sense stuff. Again, I have to ask why Jennifer and Trisha are allowing their PR person to put this false information out there. Are they hiding something? This situation has caused me immense distress. My own town thinks I'm somehow involved in the case of a girl I didn't even know. I ask for nothing but common decency and respect, and I don't think that's too much. To put blame on me with zero facts is cruel. I am not involved in Layla's disappearance and have nothing to hide. Sincerely, Kiera Dougherty. All righty then. I don't see what the video was such a big deal. I don't. Yeah, that's a long ass Facebook post. BHB did accuse the girl of being a suspect after they strike Betty's channel after using the cop knocking on the door video. BHB got second strike by putting back the video. Yeah, but I'm saying, what made the video so special? That's what I want. I don't understand what made the video so special. she's at it again this morning, claiming in her stolen video she showed the detective claim that Kiera picked her up. In fact, she makes the claim twice, and it's the nexus of a whole theory. But can Betty take me up on my challenge so I can provide her an apology? All right. Join us to explore details for any case in Leno's perplexing mystery. If you have any information or seen Layla, please contact authorities. Help us share this video to spread awareness and potentially uncover new leads. Don't miss out on the opportunity to learn more about Layla's story. Okay, I don't see why she said anything wrong. That's why I keep asking you guys. Kool-Aid, I have no idea. Your channel is nothing but a cesspool of lies and deceit. Not once in the video does the detective state Kiera picked up Layla. Your lies are designed solely to swindle your viewers out of money. I challenge you to provide exact timestamps from the video where the detective either says or implies Kiera picked up Layla. If you can actually do this, I'll share the video on my Twitter and provide you a full apology. But if you fail, which you will, even you'll agree it's an admission of your status as a liar, a con artist, and an absolute failure at life. So here's your golden opportunity to prove me wrong. Let's be clear. 4935 in your video, you falsely claimed detectives said you were the last to see her and you picked her up. Then at 5125, you further fabricate by stating, then we hear the officer talking to Kiera about picking her up. This is all a concoction of your twisted imagination. It's also important to note how you completely ignore your first 10 seconds of the video when your mom asks, is she a suspect? Detective Claire swiftly replies, no. Your lack of credentials as a journalist or in any professional capacity is glaringly obvious because you are nothing more than a charlatan, Andra. You maliciously harm families for your personal benefit, making you one of the lowest forms of scum on this planet. Dang. I don't know. If she hasn't been found, everyone's a suspect. Plain and simple. But why did he strike her if he's telling her to watch it? That's what I want to know. Tuvey dealing with me directly and has me blocked. All right. So it sounds to me like this was a pissing contest, like whose dick is bigger. Because he didn't go after her for Kiera. He went after her because he thinks she's an idiot. But like I think his ego got hurt because she blocked him. And that's where all this started. That's my opinion. Because right here, is too afraid to deal directly with me and has me blocked. I hope someone will copy this and ask her for answers. Yeah, this is like whose dick is bigger. Has nothing to do with Kiera. And I also want to state, not everybody blocks because they're afraid of the person. I block because I don't care what somebody's got to say. It's a big difference. Here's another one. Bullhorn Betty used a stolen video on her show and received two. Oh, this was actually before. All right, I take back what I said. Stolen video on a show received 2 copyright. The video was shot and is owned by a witness I interviewed in a case. An interview BHB claim was against Ellie wishes and that I am unlicensed Tennessee. Like, who cares? Dear Bullhorn Betty, I'm ready to face you in court. Don't waste your time on an injunction. You won't get it. Let's get straight to the point about copyright. It's about owner. Okay, I do not believe she wrote this. I just don't. I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to say why. Just trust me. She didn't write this. This is him writing. I do believe she wrote that other Facebook. The other Facebook post, she did not write this. This is him. Let's get straight to the point about copyright. It's about ownership. And I unequivocally own the video I recorded in my home. It was never posted online. I shared it privately with a few individuals, yet it ended up in your possession through Trish, facilitated by Jen. You've blatantly uploaded a video you obtained illegally, infringing on my copyright. This isn't a trivial matter. The only thing left to determine is the extent of damages you owe me for this infringement. I suggest you consider proposing a substantial settlement figure, as this is a serious legal violation. This is a fucking joke. Regarding your claim that I'm being used by others for content, let's set the record straight. It's actually you who's exploiting my content. You're using my material and, by extension, using me in a desperate attempt to cling to whatever shreds of relevance you think you have. Yeah, this is not Kiara. This is totally SF. Also, Merry Christmas. It seems you'll need all the good wishes you can get. This is not the same girl that wrote the Facebook post. All over a stupid video. By the way, just in your response, I know for a fact that you're not Kiara. You are somebody working on behalf of SF Investigates, Bird Toast, and Queen Bee, and I'm going to prove it in a court of law. The real Kiara does not have an education that was displayed in that email. I absolutely agree with that, 100%. I agree with her. Seeing that you spelled my name wrong, I don't think you should be speaking on my education or intelligence. I'd appreciate if you would stop emailing me. My strikes against you are going to stay where they are, regardless of how many times you try to harass me. If you don't think you're speaking to the real Kiara, then please just follow through with taking me to court. I'm sorry that you couldn't comprehend my last email. I tried not to use big words this time. I'll see you in court, like you said. Yeah, no, sorry. Exactly. This is such bullshit. That is so not her. I don't even think Kiara has anything to do with any of this. I really don't. I absolutely do not think she even is involved in any of this. I think SF is using her name and making up a third party. I really do. It is just like him, just like the letter that he wrote during Kylie Rodney case. Remember that letter? How does it look when you are more concerned about me when your friend is missing and you are playing these games? It seems to me when you have officers knocking at your door to find the whereabouts of your friend, you are more concerned about me taking a video you put in the public square and making a video. I am keeping law enforcement in the loop about this odd behavior. Does Kiara even exist? Like, is she a real person? Does she know any of this? Because I don't know, somehow I feel like this is all him. Then she sent a second letter to her. How do you think it looks to cops that you were trying to silence me? I'm the only one that is out there in the woods looking for Layla. I thought she was your friend. You are destroying a person for what? Because of a PI and her dad whom you don't even know or met. And I'm working with Jen, her mother. But Betty's right. Betty's right about this. Please remove the strikes and don't let them use you. You won't take my channel, but you will piss me off. You don't want me upset, especially if you are not cooperating with LE. This is crazy. Update, there is no update. Myself and the private investigation agency I own are both now licensed in Arizona. He posts as much about Betty as he does about his missing cases. And I don't think, I mean, most of them are not even his missing cases. A lot of them are just things he posts. Oh, no, not at all, Robin. You're about to get the tension you've been waiting so badly. I made the videos I made because I was asked by the family. You, on the other hand, take advantage of people who are going through a horrible time in their lives, exploiting them for money. Be careful you trust. Creators should fact find first. Another Betty. Bullhorn Betty asks for receipts. I provide them. Where's her apology? Another Layla. Another Bullhorn Betty. Yeah, a lot of these, he's just sharing pictures. He's not involved in these cases. Well, please watch this. If you want to laugh till you cry and be in a better mood, the Kylie Rodney madness continues. They figured out that Checker TV and I were in a boy band together. I bookmark it to start where we are exposed. It takes about 10 minutes to get through the whole part. Could bring us up to date on the Rodney case. Checker TV, I guess he still speaks to Checker TV, which doesn't surprise me. All right. Until true crime. I'm now the private investigator in the Holly Snaps family and investigating a missing person. Oh, another Kingsport. 4'8". She was tiny. Was she ever found? I'm now the private investigator, but if you guys have information, let me know. Miss Robin, that's what I'm saying. We need a miracle in the next hour. Okay, let me just say something. I don't know much about the case, but I mean, I know a little bit. Her boyfriend has tried to OD twice. Her boyfriend was the last one to see her, I believe. There's a good chance he killed her or she overdosed. And he knows more. That's why he's tried overdosing twice. I'm not a licensed PI, but I do know crime. The boyfriend, totally guilty. That's why he's tried to OD twice. Hey. We had 66 volunteers sign up, but the group only ended up being 10. But we all put our heart and soul into it. We covered a ton of ground. Where's all your followers, SF? You had 66 people sign up. Betty brought more followers. Shut up. Come on, stop. All right, so he's doing the same search Betty did. In less than 48 hours, I'll be in Nashville for a witness interview in a case. And then on to Kingsport, search for Layla. I remember this guy. All right. So after looking through all his Twitter, I stand my ground. He's a fraud. I won't say he's a narcissistic fraud, but he's a fraud. I do believe he's a narcissist, but that's neither here nor there. As somebody that lost 6 channels. See, Kool-Aid, you understand. I think it's ludicrous. See, he was talking about her long before he was ever hired by the family. So a lot of these things, he's just posting. Oh, I want to see something. Oh, nice spelling. All right, let's see. Private investigators. JL Associates. Let's see what they post. Extortion and blackmail investigations. Private eye from Mala. NYPD. Doesn't post much. Donald Trump hiring private investigators. Salazar investigations. All right. Talk about what they do. Continually about what they do. How they can help you. How they can handle cases. I Spy, another investigation. Talk about what they can do for you. Mistress Day is February 13th. Do you have a sweetie on the side? Find out now. Call I Spy today. Mistress Day. Nine days you can find out if you're the main chick or the side chick. National Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. You concern your. This is what most PIs do. That's funny. Child endangerment. That's funny. When you have to stop your best friend from getting into a wrong relationship. I like this one. Child safety. Employee that keeps calling in sick. They post about their job. Ew. Are they hiding assets? Attention law enforcement with private investigators. Just found out 400,000 on private investigators follows lawyer. Oh, Trump. All right, we got New York City's prominent investigation firm. Beware of the sociopaths. Notice the difference between every other investigations and his. Every other private eye and his. Big difference. Polygraph. Discovery investigations. Totally different. Oh shit, Apollo died? I didn't know that. All right, they post stuff. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else does it like him. Like, he's fucking weird. If he's renewing that he's not a licensed California, it's a misdemeanor. I learned that while researching. Just way different. I don't know. When he does go after someone, he's completely, he's just a fake. Like, I never liked him. But honestly, I don't totally remember why. I just knew it had to do with Kylie Rodney. We don't take kindly to being nice to Laura and showing her in a good light. It would confuse me. Huh? We don't take kindly to people being nice to, oh. It's, I don't know, it's just weird to me. So all of this started, like, I didn't even mean to go on this 2-hour rant about him, but all of this started because he has no lawsuit. He's lying to his audience. He's lying to people. He's trying to build something up that doesn't exist. And that was my whole point in all of this. Hey, Tony, that was my whole point in all of this, is that he's a fraud and he's lying to everybody. There is no lawsuit. He doesn't have a lawsuit. He's done. Your video on SF in DM. All right, hold on. Just as I was going to get off. Discord or Facebook? All right. Oh, it was my own video? Well, it's always good when you get to play your own video. All right, hold on. You said 29 minutes in? Where's Farika been? Aw, Bonnie, we miss you. Look at all these names in chat. All right, let's see.
Him to say that, oh, it was Jagger, that's what AWP has been implying from jump, that it was Jagger. That's not a surprise. That's like, yeah, and so yeah, I probably don't want to watch this interview because I will probably like get mad at my screen and throw something at it. So maybe I'll not watch it. But let's get into the beginning. And let's talk about SF Investigates. Hold on, I got to pull it up. But yeah, from what the mother was saying, it's going to be ruled an accident. Okay. Now, I want to thank my Patreon for doing this. She has put a lot of work into this. A lot. Okay? A lot. And you guys will see it when I share the screen. Sit back, grab some popcorn. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. 8/10/2023. SF posted about Kylie's case and Sammy. 8/10. Finally posted the party Kylie Rodney attended. I really hope this wasn't taken by Sammy Smith and is a photo she obtained and posted since she claimed nobody had photos. Friends are saying abduction. Ellie saying it's not. Does not have any indications of an abduction to me. Okay. When did Sammy say that it was an abduction? I could have sworn it was only the police that did. This is confusing because her mom said she didn't have a boyfriend, I thought. But this kid seems believable. He also seems very confident she's alive. I hope there are not family issues not being disclosed and throwing searches off. Good find. Kylie has a boyfriend named Jagger. Him and her close friend Kate are speaking out. He has launched his own searches for her. The search continues. Oh, wait, hold on. I also see friends saying that the top bodysuit is confirmed not to be Kylie's, but I would only go by what Ellie says at this point. The messages are so mixed and confusing. Come over here to the 13th. Thank you, Matt. Chugga chugga, choo choo. All right, the search continues. Clear messages now that Sammy and others are not center stage. Press conference. As certain user accounts on social media, if you ever have 12 hours to spare, I could tell you a few stories. I really hope the 10 to Life YouTube channel putting out the info in the vehicle was spotted in Mesa, vetted that thoroughly. Okay, if you don't think she vetted it, then why are you reposting it? Just asking. Placer Sheriff before releasing. Isn't that the same account that released the fake scanner audio of her being found? The poor family with false hope. Read the sighting in Mesa, Arizona from 10 to Life. Mesa PD, PHX PD, Scottsdale, etc., all of contacts with Vigilant Solutions, who has license plate readers on poles all over the city and in cruisers. Data is shared with 800 agencies and even PIs via TLO. I'm sure Placer Sheriff is looking. Really? You're not included in that, dude, I promise. 816 PI, SF investigates aka Steve Fisher, who's not licensed in California, goes to Truckee, California on his own dime. Made a last minute decision last night to join the Kylie Rodney search. So I got on the road from LA about 2 a.m. I have a feeling today is the day. Okay. But he lives in Florida, so I don't know why he was already in Los Angeles. Just curious. Driving through Prosser Family Campground. First time SF post about a JP and term Team Nerdy in the midst of the Kylie Rodney case. I got DMs that jealous JP is talking about me again. Now, this is important because it's on 817. Jealous that JP is talking about me again. JP is such an amateur with no training or knowledge that he can say whatever he wants. I'm not going to fight back. I wish I would never have to hear his name again, but I have to keep cleaning up the cases he fucks up. Embarrassing. Saying she is 24 and the same person that is part of a group that put out a background report on me. So he's collaborating. Not collaborating. He's putting together the Sammy and he's making it about himself. I had a felon put out a background report on me saying I had a felony, which is 100% false. Never had a felony arrest ever. When you use public databases, the data can't be trusted. You have to use and have access to databases that pull from social security numbers, DMV, and credit header data. And that's only available to certain licensed people. Yeah. So Sammy doesn't need to clean up her file. The person posting it needs to learn how to do a background check on a person, which they aren't licensed to do. But S just got back from 6 hours of searching, 3 of those with someone extremely close to the situation. Here we go with the anonymous tips. Drama, drama, drama. All right, 817. Kylie Rodney case with facts from Grizzly Gisela today. I can't believe a different YouTuber is actually having someone that runs an online tabloid speak about an ongoing case when a person is still missing. Shocking. Anything for clicks, even at her expense. Sam is 18 years old, not 24.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't remember who JP is. I just don't. I want to.
Stop the rumors. JP, notice how he talks about JP a lot. JP, you have never helped a family once. You only pretend and then demand praise. How dare you say something like that to the sister of a missing person? You don't know anything about the real details of Vlad's case. You can't even spell his name correct. It's Hazel. Respect that. Again, posting about JP. 817. First time he mentions that he's in contact with the family and how hard it is on himself. First Spaces interview on Twitter. We know he tracked down the grandpa on the day he arrived. I met Kylie's father in person today. Meeting family members of missing people will always be the most difficult part for me. To see a human suffering, to see the fear in their eyes. I wish we, all of us collectively, could find each of their family members. That's kind of a weird statement. And while our fearless PI continues his boots on the ground investigation, it seems JP continues to live rent free in his head. I don't know who JP is. Your guess is as good as mine.
There you go. I didn't know who JP was then.
I can save you some time. It's called the California Department of Consumer Affairs. You would want to call and file a complaint. Here's the link. Go troll someone else, Leanne, with JP and company. I am trying to help a desperate family. I don't need you and the destroyers of hope taking up my time. If you think I'm practicing illegally, call California authorities. You think I'm stupid? The stupid part is you think you know all about me. I'm posting this for my personal record. What the fuck, JP? Gaslighting is JP harassing and even blaming family members.
All right, come to think of it, I think the whole point of this was to show that he's more concerned about this fellow YouTuber named JP than Kylie Rodney's case, that it's all about him. I think that was the point of this. I think.
And then JP insinuating that is something that you're here to help. That's a problem. So much drama in the LBC. His PI license gets called into question by a former client whose brother is still missing. Same people. Hey, squirrel. Is squirrel in here? No, I'm accusing you. You stalk me. You DM me nudes of yourself. Then said, oops, I must have had too many drinks. I don't block you. Only so I have record of your creepiness. This was on the 19th. The fact that I'm a licensed PI, and it's so sad that this group is so worried about our team's success, our team, okay? They constantly try to attack. They are completely unlicensed and have no experience and trying to do the same thing. They just can't find people. She said I'm in California, as in I live there. Why would she being up a California PI license when her brother is missing in Florida? Okay, this is where it starts to not make sense. It's not my fault you were a failure at life and you were obsessed with me. I don't even know who.
Wow, isn't that interesting? He uses the exact same wording that he said to Betty, a failure at life and obsessed with me. Interesting. It's interesting when you watch something like, and look back on it.
who you are. You stalk me, you message me, you DM me, you text me, you mail me letters. Oh, same one. The fact that I've spent time dealing with jealous people like you, honestly, why are you so obsessed with me? I'm a licensed PI. I can use those skills to help anyone I want in any state. I can only do fee based on my license states. All right, that's like a repeat. SF discusses AWP and praises them. Okay. It would be great if you could collaborate with AWP. You've been the boots on the ground and are probably a bit more familiar with the area since you have been out there. Best of luck to you in your search today. That's nice of you. AWP are all professionals. I guarantee they came into your town fully prepared and do not need my help, but that is very nice. I saw where someone said it could be for college, which makes sense. They may not have told KR's family because something. Okay, on 8/21. Now we know she was found on 8/21. Jealous JP is having a house photograph for the purpose of identifying a person's location because that person is a connection of a missing person. What? JP is having a house photographed for the purpose of identifying a person's location because that person is a connection of a missing person. Okay. This is dangerous and he should be reported. This is the guy who said Sammy, who he's stalking, was 24 years old and called Ellie about it. Okay. So the reason why this is important is this guy JP has not even said anything. This guy JP has nothing to do with him. So first JP is stalking him and now JP is stalking Sammy. Okay. How ironic that jealous JP, who's been on a 5-day bender about me because I am a licensed PI and he thinks it's illegal for me to volunteer my time and efforts to search for Kylie, is now conducting illegal surveillance without a license in California by scheming with a neighbor. This was on the 21st. He was at Sammy's house. 8/21. Kylie is found and SF begins his narrative about how he never should have been put in the tough position of having to tell the father and grandfather. Now remember, folks, we saw and heard Doug and Nick inform them that they found Kylie. 1 of 3. Today I was at Presser with the father and grandfather of Kylie Rodney. It's Rodney, not Rondi. We were discussing her disappearance. We could see Adventures of Purpose not far away. At 2:48 p.m., I received a call from DX the Mystery informing me that Kylie was found. I then informed the father. Just to clear up any confusion, law enforcement has not made a positive ID because there is only video from Adventures of Purpose. LE divers are about to go in the water to make a positive ID. However, the images and video are clear. There will be an ID in about 2 hours. Really? Really? Okay. I am leaving Prasa for the final time. They're about to pull the vehicle from the water, and I do not need to witness that. Her grandfather has met up with other family members. My heart is broken for Kylie Rodney and her family. SF is still on AWP side, but dogs Ellie a bit. More than 2 hours after we are at the recovery site, Ellie still has not contacted her mother. Okay, now remember this. Listen carefully. LE, not AWP, LE, which he's right. It would have been LE to do, not AWP. More than 2 hours after we're at recovery site, LE still has not contacted her mother, letting her know a car had been found. They claim it's because they had to positive ID her. But it was clear. Hold on, Ma. You going where? What?
I want to work.
Why?
Any pleasures?
Okay.
I want to be home.
All right. They claim it's because they had to positive ID her, but it was clear it was her car and there were remains and hundreds of people were taking pics. How odd that her parents were not notified first by the authorities. Now, the reason why this is so important, because didn't he blame AWP for all this? Didn't he say that it was AWP that didn't do this? More than 2 hours after we were at the recovery site, Ellie still had not contacted her mother. I do not think the investigator is being honest here. He has contradicted what he said yesterday. I believe AWP informed the father and grandfather, and the investigator lied for clout, figuring no one would ever find out. I love that they said they notified the family in their social media post, but it was actually you who had to notify our poor father and grandfather. That is a blatant lie. Why don't you ask AWP community? I'm not lying about informing the father and grandfather, nor am I trying to take credit. AWP informed other family. I then informed her father and grandfather because I was with them. The family approved the tweet before I sent it. I want to address the Kylie controversy that some are trying to use strategically as ammunition, not caring that they are freeloading and hijacking the legacy of a 16-year-old girl and her death. This family lives off the grid. Trelad, which is where the family lives, it says no cell or Wi-Fi. That's a lie. After I notified her father and grandfather and we met with AWP, the grandfather used my phone to call his wife to inform her. They are not smartphone connected people. If AWP notified her mother, that does not mean the mom can make contact right away. In fact, the grandfather's wife called him back an hour or two later on my phone. So hold your judgment. I received a message from the father this AM that said he agreed with what was done and appreciated it. Arguing on social media over who notified the family is wrong. The public does not need to know or care. The only thing that matters is the girl's family. Do you need the notoriety?
That's what it was. He sent a letter. He wrote a letter allegedly from the grandfather that was I bet it's going to read just like that other chick's. Let's watch. I guarantee it's going to read just like the other one.
So why are you arguing it then? Really? Really? On 8/23, SF believed AWP did contact the mom. Hold on one second. Okay. That long ago, was Ellie going to wait after they find the find to tell the family? Were they going to wait until she was officially identified, which still hasn't happened? I believe AWP did contact the mom, who has a PR person working full-time during the search. She was upset Ellie waited. Has anybody ever seen the mom with a PR person? Because I have never seen the mom with a PR person. I don't see anybody speaking for the mom. I don't see any kind of PR person. I just don't. 8/23, SF claims he was asked to be the middleman between the $75,000 reward and AWP. That was a blatant lie, by the way. SF threatens AWP that unless they take action against JP, you know, the guy SF hates, who has zero connection to AWP, then SF will not facilitate the transfer of the $75,000 to AWP. SF refers to JP as AWP spokesperson, which is bullshit. This is where it starts to get good, okay? And I say that because they are not going to have a strange man facilitate the reward money. They would not need to. There's not even logic in this. They're going to use a friend. They're going to use the contact. Because remember, SF was not the contact for the family. He was a stranger, okay? He was just a stranger. That's all he was. So I can assure you, he did not have any kind of facilitation with the family. Yeah, you have to use some common sense. You just have to. So no, it's my chair. So you can't think any other way. Like just common sense, plain old common sense. So Sarah Elizabeth said, hopefully this means you will be able to help with the transfer funds so they get their money. But remember, all he is saying is that no, he won't send it to them without JP being acknowledged by AWP. Like what? What? I love the truth. So let me share with you that Johns Hopkins University has the same motto as the CIA. The truth will set you free. And that's a pretty suspicious motto for a hospital in charge of the number. Huh? Hopefully it's me. All right. I told them unless they take action for him to stop speaking for them, I won't be involved. I have other families who don't have their loved ones back yet. This is a person who has one purpose: cause harm to families. He told the sister of the MP he's the reason he left. What? Wait, so you're withholding the transfer funds to AWP because of things that someone unrelated to them is saying. Regardless of your feelings towards anyone, AWP is not responsible for anyone except themselves. We have to punish them over someone they knew nothing about. Thank you, Donna. There is absolutely no reason why a strange man would be the facilitator of $75,000. Someone that is not contact with AWP, someone that is not hired by the family. It's absolutely ludicrous. I don't know AWP's process. I thought they said a week during their live stream. I get the impression even if LA asked them, they wouldn't care. I can't withhold the transfer. I'm not holding the money. I was just asked to follow up that parties were matched together. I have talked to AWP about it. They have the information. Whether they want it or not is up to them. I'm one person and I need to go to other cases. Okay. And if you're not facilitating the transfer, then how does the contributor of the money feel about all this? Do they know you are withholding the transfer? Because really, it's not up to you. It's up to whoever the money belongs to. I agree. It makes you as bad as those you talk negative about. They don't have time to check all comments made about their case. They're trying to help people find their loved ones. Maybe you should rethink your position. I was on your side until you made that statement. And I agree 1,000% with you that when you say AWP is not responsible for anyone except themselves, they are very intelligent and know who to contact for the money. I would never withhold that and have it. Okay, let's go back up here. SF claims he was asked to be the middleman between the $75,000 reward and AWP. SF threatens AWP that unless they take action against JP, you know, the guy SF hates who has zero connection to AWP, then SF will not facilitate the transfer of the $75,000 to AWP. SF refers to JP as AWP spokesperson, which is bullshit. Okay. Why do you need to be involved and tell everyone those details? Because that's what he does. WP CEO has stated on more than one interview that they do accept reward and money donations. Can you see the narrative and the backpedaling by SF by his followers? I absolutely 100% do not have any affiliation with AWP. They are an amazing organization, but I have no affiliation with them and have only met them in person one time. Let me get this straight. You want me as a volunteer to now pay the $75,000 reward? Are you out of your mind? Why do I have the obligation to pay the reward? He's all over the place. He said I won't be involved, blah, blah, blah. That's been cleared up as far as what funds. I have no idea. I'm assuming a private donation. Oh, you're absurd. You're a typical troll. This is all 2 days after this happened. Like I asked the last person, do you want to handle it? Even though they have the info, I'll give you the information to follow up if you want. Do you want it, or are you just trolling? Okay, these are the same ones. Okay, you implied you were to try and help with the transfer of money. Reread what you wrote. And I did. I gave them the info. They are adults. They can handle it from here. I don't need to hold anyone's hand. All right. It continues to be mean and vicious to the hassles. JP. Oh, there's JP. Possible. You probably would have announced it as soon as they got to the water. So come on, let's be real. Honestly, let's be real. Not just him. Without making sure our family knew is honestly pathetic. It speaks volumes of your integrity. Not just him. Him and her father contacted me. No, they didn't. In fact, they contacted me every day since I have left also. I have as much control over AWP, whom I had never met, as I do post in that garbage about loving a person who commits DV. What? Don't engage with that one. She's already been sued twice for defamation and deleted an entire YouTube account because the second that she didn't delete it. She got deleted. Them every day. In fact, I just messaged the father 15 minutes ago. I'll give you one last message. I will answer. Then I'm blocking you because like I said, I do not want people that investigates as a pawn. That's what I want to know. I want anyone. If anyone could produce one post, just one post that he made that shows that he's a pawn, I'm all ears. All ears. Never happened. Did not happen. Do you think I would make these statements if it wasn't discussed with certain people? So now he's saying that he, has permission about all this from the family. So the family asked you to post this. I would venture a guess that if the family contacted them, they would be happy to straighten it out.
This wasn't Sweet Carolyn. I know who it was.
Went to find her, and they did. Putting that family out of the torture of not knowing. Posting on Twitter is not the way to go. It matters when they are misrepresenting things. This is a very fucking serious investigation. There is no room for anything but the exact truth. Timelines matter.
Yes, she did give it to me tonight, though.
Every single detail matters. Finally, we make it through 24 hours from the time SF announces he's deleting his Kylie and moving on, and nothing changed. SF continues to post about AWP and GP. If you look up his Twitter, you will see many people calling him out for being a liar fraudster. Here are some examples. And when there's smoke, there's fire, but make up your own minds. This is when he's fighting with Kaffendorfer, which I did go through. Kaffendorfer suggesting I'm a fraud. It was right around this time that the fake post came out. It was right around this time. Oh, now his real job is a fashion photographer. Okay. You should have kept it to yourself. One slight and you spill all. Take a breath. That's not a secret the family is holding. That's an AWP secret. The family didn't get a call. That's not spilling anything. That's correcting inaccurate information put out, not information from the family. People are using the word fraud, so let's get sure statements are accurate. This was on 8:30. Dude, you are a fraud. Clearly, CSF is not just an innocent victim of his own good deeds. All right. Kaffendorfer says Jane pretended she was dying and scammed many in our community out of money and sympathy. A professional scammer. Totally agree. This was another one. Attached is an open letter to Nevada County Sheriff's Moon from Kylie's grandparents, which they would like shared. Over the last 17 years, we have been filled with uncertainty, grief, and fear. Locating our granddaughter on Monday has brought us an element of resolution. While not the conclusion we had hoped for, this agony has been brought to an end. Yes, we are saddened, but we now know where our dear Kylie rests. It took an army of individuals to find her, from backcountry hikers to the FBI divers, the tow truck operator, print shop, sheriffs, police, Homeland Security, and ultimately the Adventures of Purpose team who found her. Collectively, we all made it happen. Everyone volunteered their skills, stood up for Kylie, and hit the pavement running. In the end, we found her. There will always be an armchair warrior contributing an unproductive display of criticism, ridicule, and blame. The Nevada and Placer County Sheriff's Departments gave it their all. For those who point fingers and don't believe in our law enforcement, if you ever find yourself in deep trouble, simply call 911. Law enforcement will be at your door within minutes. We are forever indebted to you. Okay, again, how do you know it's real? Then we come up here. Then he says, I don't know. I can't imagine anyone would fake something from her, but you never know. Now, I'm going to let you guys read this. I think Book is outside and it's starting to rain. Bear with me a second. Oh, you're inside. Okay, you're outside. All right. Let it be known that Adventures of Purpose has not contacted me or Tony a single time throughout this ordeal. Not to offer condolences, not when the car was discovered, not once. I'm so tired of hearing how wonderful they are when all they have done is make a spectacle out of my daughter's death on their quest to make themselves heroes. They are not and will never be my hero. This is meant to be our story, not theirs. Please do not give them the pen or allow them authorship. Everything that you just heard. Can you actually say that she wrote that? After everything you heard her say today, she didn't write this. 100%. Mods aren't posting membership links or PayPal. They did not call Dad or Grandpa. Why would they call Dad or Grandpa? Okay? Think about it. Why would they call Dad or Grandpa? Dad or Grandpa was there. They didn't need to call Dad or Grandpa. They were there. My guess is they notified who brought them to work in the case. They always call the sheriff's department to notify. Maybe they thought they would notify the family. The sheriff said at the press conference, they learned about it through social media. Well, guess what? Guess what? People want to know how I know this dude is a fucking liar. I'll tell you how. Because AWP's video proved it. That's how. AWP's video showed loud and clear. They contacted the family. They then contacted the police. 100%. But here goes this guy lying again. Who's Tony, the stepfather. For the record, I retweeted that post. Mind you, nobody else had seen that post. Nobody else had talked about that post. That post was never posted anywhere until SF Investigates posted it. Anyone else find that a little odd? Let me connect more dots for you. Sorry, I had to eat something. I was like, my stomach was going. Let me connect more dots for you, okay? SF Investigates said before that he had never contacted the mother. He had never even spoken to the mother on social media or in person. So if SF never spoke to her, she did not write it, Willow. Oh my God. If SF Investigates never spoke to her, how would he get into her private group? I'll wait. If that was listed on friends, if it was just her friends, tell me how he would have gotten it. I'll wait. Yeah, there is no answer. Just a girl, wrong again. And I'm going to tell you why it's wrong again, okay? What statement's in line with how she spoke today? Are you insane? Oh, we get to that too, Brian. Tell me how he got it. Just tell me how he got it. That's what I want to know. How did he get it? And the writing is very similar to hers. Now, I also saw that AWP post, but guess what? That wasn't AWP that put that out. Okay? You hear my stomach? AWP didn't put that, and the general who she was completely. She doesn't even speak the same. It completely different. But the only one pushing the narrative is FF Investigates. He's the only one. The only one. He retweeted it. Show me the original. If you retweeted it, then why couldn't you post the original? Why not post the original post? Why is it just a small little, it's not even a full screenshot. He couldn't even make it a full screenshot. That's how fake it is. Because when you do a screenshot, the only time you ever see shit like that is when it's fake. The font was wrong. The lettering was wrong. Everything about it is wrong. Thank you, Zen. Everything about it is wrong. Debbie, I would go with that, okay? I would go with that. Show me the original. Show me the original did it, and nobody else got it until after SF posted it. That's when it started showing up all over the place. Until SF posted it, nobody knew about it. No.
All right, I'm done. This goes on and on and on. Here's the link if you want to watch the whole thing. And again, I guess it doesn't matter now, but it was actually Allie Wrights that put this whole thing together. And I couldn't believe she took all the time to do it. It took her days. I think she was working on it for like 2 weeks. She's like, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. And it was literally like 2 weeks it took her. And then she's like, all right, I finally finished it. But she took all of his posts and put it all together. I mean, I don't remember if it mattered then. No, I think I was allowed to say it then that she did it. I don't remember. But yeah, Allie Wrights is the one that she spent hours. That's why I just didn't want anyone else getting credit. Just because I know how hard it was for her and she put it all together. But yeah, it goes on and on. I don't remember. Yeah, it just goes on and on and on and on. Oh, remember Matt? I remember Matt. Matt was cool. He was a liar, but he was cool. He is the crazy one. Miss Robin, you might want to give that video to Betty. Because he says the exact same things then. No, Carolyn's the one that remembered it and gave it to me. And I've totally forgot about this video. Completely forgot. So thank you, Carolyn. See, that's when I used to get like 5,000 views on a video. All right, this has gone on 3 hours. This is supposed to be like an hour live. So I'm gonna get off because this went way past what it was supposed to. But I want to thank everybody for being here. I did not expect this to turn into a 2.5 hour live about SF Investigates, but since we're here, might as well. Oh, I'm not going to sleep yet. I still got to wrap stuff. Get some boxes out. So, thank you for being here. I will see you beautiful people later. I know 3 hours went fast. It didn't feel like 3 hours, though. So, I got to stop doing long lives. But if you guys haven't checked out my doggy spa, you need to check it out. The last short that I did. It is fucking hysterical. Have you guys seen it? It's so funny. This little dog is in a spa. Even puts a facial mask on his face. It's absolutely hysterical. So, all right. I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. I will let you guys know what happens in my chemo counseling. Because I got chemo counseling. And I will let you guys know what happens with it. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Go take a look. It is so funny. It is the cutest thing in the world. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.